Good tidings, fellow friends of the world, it's Zach Lowe, and welcome to another Don't Starve Together news video. So today, the trailer for the next event dropped, now being confirmed with the name The Gorge. It is amazing, definitely go check it out right now if you haven't already, it's going to be right down there in the description, and then we're going to get on with things. So, there's not too much to cover, but I wanted to give my first impressions and speculations to kind of theorize and try to figure out just what lore things is going to be brought into the next update before we even fully have it. Starting with Merms. Now, there's not too much to speculate here, as it's pretty much confirmed and fairly obvious, and that is about the curse of the plague that the Gnaw brings. Multiple individuals, namely Goat Mom, no, not that one, and the, I'm not really sure what this creature is still, show some signs of having scales, which isn't really normal. In short, the Gnaw is the cause of the Merms, turning other creatures into them when its hunger isn't sated, at least seemingly. Now, the area the event takes place in is very much destroyed and weathered down, and the only people living here we see in the trailer are the two goats, the two Merms, and the other one. It seems unreasonable that this was the entirety of the population, but rather perhaps the rest either passed, or perhaps got mermified to the point of no return, which I would say is when they're feral and or non-intelligent. What I mean to say is the place seemed to have previously been a pretty well-established society of some sort, Victorian in nature. Had the Gnaw been always present, then I would assume the people here would have already made a proper system for appeasing it. But given everything is destroyed, it doesn't seem like it. On the contrary, it's possible the Gnaw's hunger was so immense they simply couldn't keep up with it. You know, they even have like an altar for it. Regardless, the actual point I want to make is that the Gnaw might not be stationary. It seems to be this ominous presence in the sky, and I have no reason to believe it's limited to just this world. What exactly am I getting at? Well, if the Gnaw made the Merms in this area, then how are there Merms in the Constant? The simple answer would be the Merms went through the portal, end of story. But let's try and be a bit more creative than that. My immediate thought, oddly enough, goes to the Ancients. If you recall, on the Obelisk of the Metheus puzzle, we saw the Ancients being driven underground. The reason for this was never really understood, and so let's say for a minute that the Gnaw does in fact go between worlds. What if, a long time ago, the Gnaw came to the Constant, causing the Ancients to flee and ravage the surface of life? Because remember, one of Maxwell's lines at the end of Adventure Mode is, "There wasn't much here when I showed up, just dust and void and them." He then goes on to explain how he's built up so much since then, and if you look at how the Gorge, I guess we'll call it, looks, it's getting pretty dusty and voidy, you know. There's not going to be much there much longer, honestly, if the Gnaw keeps going like it is. Now, it is a bit of a long shot, but I like where it's going, and I will definitely expand on it if the update proves to support it. So what do you guys think? Make sure to comment down below with your ideas and theories and your hype for the Gorge. So thank you all for tuning in, and farewells.